E foi mal se meu microfone estiver fazendo muito barulho. Já tentei ajeitar essa porcaria umas 50 vezes, mas sempre fica meio ruim, sei lá. Mas espero que tenha melhorado um pouquinho. Eu tentei diminuir um pouco o volume pra ver se a estática diminui um pouco, essa estática de fundo. Eu espero que tenha melhorado, né? Vamos continuar exatamente de onde a gente parou. Vou diminuir aqui. Tá bom assim, né? Ok, vamos lá. Tá frio aqui na minha cidade, bicho. É com friozinho bom. É muito bom quando faz frio. Vamos continuar as missões principais primeiro, que eu quero desbloquear mais coisas, sabe? Sinto que a gente tá sendo um empecilho pra si mesmo, demorando pra avançar na história principal. Porque a gente não tá liberando tudo do mapa. Melhor a gente avançar mais e depois voltar para essas coisinhas que tem pra explorar no mapa. Então vamos continuar aqui. Esse episódio inteiro vai ser só avançando na missão principal. Se a porta veio. Se a porta abriu. Caramba. A porta fica difícil de abrir às vezes.
I was hoping to see you.
You're back.
Finally. Minister Spavin talks more than he listens. Ranted on and on about rogue dragons. Wouldn't listen to a word about goblins. Speaking of which...
Listen, Professor. So much happened while you were away. Nearly Headless Nick asked me to get some rotten roast beef from the kitchens.
Rotten roast beef?
Yes, I thought it was odd too. But then we took the roast beef to Sir Podmore of the Headless Hunt, and...
You met the Headless Hunt? That must have been interesting, to say
Yes.
the...
And then I had to find Richard Jackdaw's head in the pumpkins so that he'd tell me about how he died.
Who on earth is Richard Jackdaw?
He was a student here long ago. Anyway, he told me about a secret cavern. I went there, and right next to Jackdaw's skeleton, I found the missing pages.
You found the pages?
I did. And because Jackdaw had followed the map they contained, when I found the pages, I found the location on the map. Believe it or not, it's a room below Hogwarts.
Why am I not surprised? Shall we?
I was hoping you'd say that. Oh, and we'll need to bring the book.
The roof is on fire.
Expelliarmus! The room is called the Map Chamber, by the way. And a portrait of Percival Rackham awaits us there.
Professor Rackham. I look forward to meeting him. How did this Jackdaw get the pages from the book?
Evidently, Peeves stole them, and Jackdaw stole them from him.
Oh, Peeves.
Não consigo acender isso aqui. Acho que depois eu consigo.
To think it was beneath us all this time. This looks promising.
Olha que legal. Será que vai ter escondido aí, hein? tipo a galáxia, né?
A map. There's Hogsmeade. And over here, the Forbidden Forest.
O mapa
And,
inteiro.
of course, Hogwarts. It's magnificent. If only you were here to see this.
Hello, Professor Rackham. We've placed the book on the pedestal as you asked.
Olha,
And this is my
apareceu de novo.
mentor, Professor Fig.
How do you do, Professor Fig? And you, my young friend, see now why you needed to return with the book?
I do. I also see why you refer to this room as the map chamber.
That you have come this far tells me that you possess extraordinary magical ability, the potential and power of which will unlock should you prove yourself worthy. The location of each of 4 trials will, in time, appear on the map. Trials that will test you and give you access to invaluable knowledge. Trials that you must complete on your own.
4
Do you
provações.
recall the pensive memory you viewed in my vault in Gringotts?
You and your friend Charles spoke of the Portkey, and of trials you'd created for one who could see traces of ancient magic.
Precisely. Charles is another of the Keepers, a designation we gave ourselves centuries ago, in light of the knowledge that we have been bound to keep hidden. Until perhaps now.
So, the passage from your ruins to Gringotts, everything in the vault, the restricted section, finding this room, none of these was a trial.
They were an important part of the journey, but they were not trials themselves. The fact that you have come this far, however, bodes well. The trials were designed to ensure that the power and knowledge we have kept secret for so long does not fall into the wrong hands. They will test your abilities, both innate and learned. But of equal importance, everything you witness as you complete the trials will inform what you choose to do with all that we share. You will need patience. The trials have much to teach you. It will take time.
I'm afraid we don't have the luxury of time.
We have waited this long, Professor Fig. Surely a few more.
Respectfully, sir, while I do not know the secret you keep, I do know that our young friend here has seen traces of a powerful dark magic being wielded by goblin kind. And we encountered an uncommonly powerful goblin wielding such magic as we prepared to leave your vault at Gringotts. We may already be too late.
This is grave news indeed. Young friend, do you trust Professor Fig?
I do.
Then, in the light of your considerable skill and all you have already accomplished, we shall begin. You will find the location of the first trial marked on the map below you. Whilst Professor Fig may assist you in locating the trials, they may be completed only by one with our ability.
Shall we have a look?
O mapa vai me dizer onde tá as provações. São 4
I
grandes
know that
provações para
tower.
poder
It's not far. You may have seen it yourself.
conseguir completar o mapa.
It looks familiar. Perhaps your young friend is more well-traveled than you might think.
As your mentor, the least I can do is go ahead to make sure it is safe. Join me as soon as you can.
I'll find you at the tower as soon as I can.
Until then, be careful. And do not tell anyone where you're going.
Ok. Olha que mapa legal. Ok, vamos ver aqui onde é que é no mapa. Percival Rackham's Trial. Onde é isso? Ixi, é longe. Ainda bem que eu peguei um aqui, olha. Eu ia acelerar o serviço pra mim. Olha, não foi à toa, tipo, aquele tempo que eu perdi no último capítulo. Serviu de alguma coisa, viu? Já tô quase lá na
It's time
frente.
you learned, Glacius, the freezing spell. It is an efficient way to cool down a heated situation. But first, I will need you to complete a few tasks. Once you've done that, come and see me.
Who lived here, I wonder? Revelio.
É, pena. Pertinho já, posso ir andando no resto do
Revelio.
caminho. Tá bem pertinho.
Intriguing place, Sanbakar's tower. Lovely.
Tambakas Tower. Vamos, depois eu vejo o resto. Vamos continuar logo a missão principal.
Over here.
We're not alone.
We are not.
Ranrock's
Ranrock's loyalists. Around a dozen, I can
Loyalists.
see, but could be more.
Can't we apparate past them into the tower?
We could, but we've no idea what's in the tower. More importantly, however, I'd like to know why they're here. They've set up camp just ahead. I suggest we investigate a little before doing anything else. Let's go.
Well, this isn't ideal.
No, it isn't. This way. And I'd suggest we use the disillusionment charm here. No sense in announcing our arrival.
Revelio.
Quickly now.
Reaching enemy undetected allows us to cast Petrificus Totalus. Eu não tenho esse Petrificus Totalus, não tenho. Curiosa. Nossa, esse Petrificus Totalus. Fica perto.
Stay hidden and cast Petrificus Totalus.
Eu dou o crush nesse Petrificus Totalus. Sério. Pessoal, Hogwarts Legacy. Como usar Petrificus Totalus. Primeiro aprender o feitiço de desilusão, certo? Quando a desilusão ativa, aproxime-se furtivamente pelas costas do inimigo até que um ícone de ação apareça na tela, certo? Vai aparecer um ícone de ação. Até aqui, olha.
Petrificus Totalus.
Olha que legal.
Well done.
Morta.
There must be something here. Ramrock said so.
Legal.
Cup of mushroom tea.
Revelio.
Pega logo esse daqui. Ele, eu acho que não vai dar pra pegar não.
Petrificus Totalus.
Ah, eu não tenho um negócio aqui, olha. Talentos. Eu tenho que, quando eu uso petríficos, totá-los. Aí pega um pessoal ao redor. Que impact nearby enemies. Aí pegar esse aqui. E... que legal.
Petrificus totalis.
Eu tô bem por aqui. Só tem aqueles dois lá no cantinho. Hey! Here we go. Ok, deu certo de qualquer jeito.
Revelio.
Dá uma carta aqui, olha.
Orders. Directly from Ranrock.
Search the tower in
These
the
orders
surrounding area.
indicate that they're after something to do with names. What names?
If
And
anything
why
to do with the
here?
names. What you find here could be the key to Goblin kind finally take its rightful place in the world of Red Rock.
I will draw blood. You won't last long.
Oi!
I'm afraid of
Confringo!
Rather unwise coming back this way. I won't bet you're very
Confringo! Accio!
Pronto, acabou. É uma vacilada ali, ia morrendo por causa disso. Aí deu certo no final.
Revelio!
Mas cuidado, tô levando muito dano, tá acabando meus pontos.
I wager this mess is the fault of time, not goblins.
Negócio lá embaixo, depois eu vejo. Então logo a minha missão principal. Que eu quero
It's
desbloquear
more
mais
than a
coisas.
mere coincidence that we encountered Ranrock's loyalists here.
Looks like we found the entrance.
Revelio! It's locked.
Que adianta?
Incendio! An unlocking charm.
Very handy. No time now, but if you don't learn it soon enough, we can work on it back at the castle.
Olha que legal.
Revelio!
É o de desbloquear portas que eu queria. Finalmente.
I wonder who this is.
With robes like that, it could be anyone.
Someone was an avid reader. Can't
Oh,
say I'm
man, no.
familiar with many of these titles.
Sei, dá um merda não, não, sei.
I imagine these brooms have been enchanted for centuries.
Welcome to San Bakar's Tower.
Hello, Professor. Did you say Sambakar's tower?
I did. Professor Bakar is a keeper you have yet to encounter. I'm glad to see that I was correct in presuming that we would meet again soon after our last encounter. Though I surmise, based on the commotion I heard, that you did not have an easy time getting to me.
We did not, Professor. We encountered goblins outside the tower.
That goblins were aware of my vault is disquieting enough. But if they have also made a connection to this tower, then the threat may be greater than I thought. All the more reason for us to move forward. Downstairs, near the entry, a reservoir of ancient magic, like those you've seen before, has been unlocked. Command it to access a doorway. I'm afraid I cannot say more. As Professor Fig cannot join you, he and I will, in time, see you back at the map chamber. Remember what you see.
Legal. Vai
We're
desbloquear
going to
muitas
need
coisas
to
pra mim.
understand how Ranrock's loyalists knew about a tower that once belonged to a keeper. For the moment, however, you've more important things to set your mind to. A reservoir of ancient magic, I believe?
Yes, sir.
then I shall leave matters in your increasingly capable hands. That said, be careful.
I will, sir. I'll see you back in the map chamber.
Level 3,
A
caramba.
reservoir of ancient magic. Downstairs, near the entry.
Eu vi que era tipo nível 1, etc. Mas caramba, nível 3. Aqui é a porta secreta.
Revelio!
Balãozinho mais pra frente. Não consegui usar meu broomstick aqui. Minha vassoura. The first trial. Primeira provação. O que será que me aguarda aqui?
I've seen this before. In Gringotts and the restricted section. Revelio!
Ai, cadê aquele balão que eu tinha visto antes? Acho que depois que vai liberar. Tomar cuidado pra não cair aqui.
Impressive. That must have done something. Best have a look around.
Ponte aqui em cima.
Revelio!
Tem um baúzinho aqui pra mim. Tem outro baúzinho ali pra mim. Tá ótimo, o ouro me ajuda a comprar poções e... Não! Ok. Ok. Ah, tá. Legal.
Revelio! Confringo! Revelio!
Confio mais nessas estátuas não. Fiquei imaginando que elas vão spawnar.
Confringo! Revelio!
Só pega esse baúzinho aqui primeiro. Aí eu volto aqui.
More traces of ancient magic. Something must be different.
Olha que legal. Alguma coisa tem que ser diferente. Deve ser diferente.
Confringo! These are never a welcome sight. At least I know what to expect this time.
Ele sabe onde eu tô? Agora se não sabe. Não!
Confringo! Accio! Confringo! Accio! Confringo!
Caramba! Ficou legal esse.
Revelio!
Vou abrir um ponto ali. mais interessante
These
esse
look
baúzinho,
familiar.
né?
Accio!
Oh, não, não me faz avançar sem eu querer, não, por favor. Deixa eu explorar primeiro. Tinha uma porta que abriu ali, eu queria olhar o que tinha antes. Tem um baúzinho aqui também ali.
Accio! Revelio!
Tem mais alguma coisa?
Accio!
Vou deixar aqui. Eu vou olhar aquela porta ali primeiro, aí depois eu volto aqui. Essa porta que abriu bem aqui, olha.
Revelio! What have the keepers planned for me? Revelio!
Essa porcaria. Essa porcaria. Tá bom. Pelo menos eu explorei este dia. Eu posso ir agora sem me preocupar.
Accio!
Lá. Eu vou ter que ver de novo esse filmezinho. Cinematic. Ok.
Revelio!
É só pra isso.
Accio!
Então tá bom, né?
More statues. Confringo! Expelliarmus! Accio! Confringo! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Expelliarmus!
Amor distraído.
Not making this easy on me.
Tirando as batalhas que eu tô
I presume I'm looking for traces of ancient magic.
com level baixo.
Where?
A maioria das batalhas são bem fáceis no jogo. Talvez seja porque eu tô jogando no normal e não no difícil. Né?
Revelio!
Mas por enquanto tá bem de boa as batalhas.
Accio! Revelio! Accio! Seems I ought to explore this archway from both sides.
Ué. Ué, ué, ué. Ué, ué, ué. Vou dar uma olhada. Subindo aqui. Subir aqui. Como é que eu faço pra voltar? Já tenho que descer aqui, né? E puxar pra cá, olha.
Aqui, ó.
Ok. Ele não passa por ali.
What did that burst of magic change on both sides of the archway? Something must be different.
Olha. Quando eu passei, ficou sem a ponte aqui. Aí eu vou deixar desse lado. Aí eu vou botar a ponte de volta, né? É isso? Não. Só por aqui. Pronto. Aí agora ele vai estar do outro lado lá.
Aqui, ó.
Show. Como é que eu
I need to
chego
see how the
ali?
room changes when I move in and out of the archway.
Eu queria chegar ali.
Revelio.
Ah, foda-se. Eu vou logo avançar na história. Só pelo
I'll never get
baúzinho.
used to these floors.
Só pelo baúzinho, velho.
Confringo. Expelliarmus. Confringo. Expelliarmus. Expelliarmus. Confringo.
Ai!
Expelliarmus.
É, eu tô morto.
Confringo. Expelliarmus.
Ai! Tomei.
Expelliarmus. Confringo.
Pronto, acabou.
Revelio.
Revalio. Acabou os caras. O que se faz?
Accio.
Eu só desci ali não.
Revelio.
Tem alguma coisa pra lá? Por que eu iria pra lá? Pra cá?
Accio.
Tem alguma coisa que eu não vi aqui? Não, por que eu iria pra lá? Olha. Por isso, ó.
Accio.
Deixa eu ver uma coisa.
Now to see what's changed on each side of this archway.
Calma aí, Guitarra. Você vai ficar falando o tempo todo, não. Deixa eu explorar um pouquinho. Ok.
Accio.
Do outro lado tem uma coisa que eu não vi. Tem.
Things are definitely different on either side of the archway. But how?
Caralho, cala a boca, 10 segundos. Já entendi.
Accio!
Não dá pra pular ali.
What if I stood on one platform and used Accio on the other? That ought to work.
Cala a boca, por favor.
Accio!
O jogo não deixa eu explorar, velho. Ele tem que ficar com isso de querer me dar respostas. Vai se fuder, meu irmão. Qual a graça de jogar esse jogo ficar me dando a resposta?
What if I stood on one platform and used Accio on the other? That
Ca-
ought to work.
Cala a boca, cara. Se eu tivesse a resposta, eu pedia. Deixa eu jogar.
Accio!
Tem uma opção de falar menos. Deixa eu ver. Gameplay, sei lá. Personagem fala menos. Será que tem uma opção aí? Mexer, colorblind. Ai. Infelizmente não tem. Fazer o que? O jeito é jogar assim, né?
Accio! Revelio!
O que é isso aqui? Ai, que legal. Uma poçãozinha. Tava precisando mesmo, a minha tava quase acabando. Chega. Iluminou pra caramba agora. Mais 5, tio. Acho que vai ter uma luta braba agora, viu? Me deu 7 poções assim do nada.
Revelio! Don't like the look of this. Confringo! Expelliarmus! Accio! Confringo! Confringo! Accio! Expelliarmus!
Acabou? Acabou uma porra.
Confringo!
Ui! Não sabia o que fazer.
Expelliarmus! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Expelliarmus! Confringo!
Ai! Mentira, isso pegou. Deixa eu fazer uma coisa aqui. Eu vou pegar esse aqui e vou botar aqui. Porque eu vou ter 3 feitiços que eu posso usar contra eles.
Confringo!
Ai! Caramba!
Expelliarmus! Confringo! Accio! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Expelliarmus!
Ai! Eu tentei escapar, mano. Acho que eu tenho que correr, né? Acho que tá da bro.
Expelliarmus!
Eu acabei de falar, eu tenho que tentar correr ao invés de dar o lá, eu faço a mesma coisa.
Confringo!
Sou o ser humano mais difícil do mundo. Para de bater, por favor. Vai. Tentar correr não deu certo.
Expelliarmus!
Proteger também não deu certo.
Confringo! Expelliarmus!
Ai. Bebe a poção, por favor.
Confringo!
Não deu certo. Tô tentando beber a poção, ele não bebeu, desgraçado. Eu sei poção demais. Dava pra ter jogado melhor esse hoje. Eu acho que quando ele fazia aquela orbe, é pra usar esse aqui e esse aqui, olha. Acho que era isso que eu tinha que ter feito. Percebi que a cor da orbe mudava. Só que na hora eu nem
Revelio!
acabei moscando.
Another pensive.
Mais inteligente eu tinha conseguido pensar mais rápido. Ai. Tá chorando ele. É guia. Olha, ele ensinando aquela minazinha que conseguia ver os traços de mágica antiga.
Your ability to transfigure the world around you is remarkable.
Magia anciã, sei lá.
What is it?
My father isn't getting better. I don't think he'll ever recover from the death of my brother.
It is agonizing to see those we love suffer.
The drought was years ago, but the pain of losing him is as deep for him now as if it had happened only yesterday. He doesn't need pretty pillars, he needs peace. What if I could help him, Professor?
You do so much for your father already.
It's not enough. I want to take away his pain.
It is tempting, I know, Use this magic that you're mastering to transfigure more than the physical world. But human emotion is a potent force unto itself. Even the most well-meaning and competent witch cannot possibly know the consequences of irrevocably manipulating it.
So I'm to watch as my father's pain destroys him.
It is not your pain to take. Every year, a student sees something sillier than I could ever imagine in their tea leaves. Oh, Miss Morgana, welcome back to Hogwarts, Professor.
That's going to take some getting used to. Professor Rickwood?
I was so pleased to hear that you had accepted the position of Defense Against the Dark Arts, Professor.
Sit, Isadora. Tell us about your travels.
I was actually hoping that you and the others might join me at my home this evening. There's much I'd like to share with you.
That would be delightful. We shall let the others know.
Very well. I shall see you then.
Another memory. Now to find a way out of here.
Find a gay out of here.
Crystallized stone. That must be the way back to the map chamber.
Aí vão ser 4 transportes, não entendi. Tá aí o outro. Doidão lá.
What have we here?
I'm a student at Hogwarts, sir. And this is Professor Fig.
Professor Charles Rookwood at your service. Has someone completed the first trial?
I have, Professor Rookwood. We saw you in the Pensive in Gringotts with Professor Rackham.
Indeed. So, you found the portkey to access Professor Rackham's vault, and you deciphered the map within the locket you found floating above that Pensive.
I did. I found something that I can't identify floating above the last Pensive.
Ah, yes. You will find a similar artifact in each trial. You must take care to keep them safe. You will need them to complete the journey we have set forth for you. Once you have them all, we will tell you what to do with them.
Very well. Are you able to tell me anything about the next trial?
Before you proceed, I would like to speak with Charles regarding the urgent situation involving the goblins.
The goblins?
The student has seen
Goblins.
traces of a powerful dark magic being wielded by goblin kind. They and their mentor, Professor Fig, not only encountered goblins lurking outside of Sanbakar's tower, they also encountered a powerful goblin in my vault at Gringotts.
I'm afraid it would be wise to halt the trials until we know more.
We shall defer to you in this matter, of course. Now then,
Wait, Professor. The name Rookwood. Do you think...
that there's a connection to Victor? Perhaps, but we can't be sure of its significance, if any. For now, tell me what you saw in the Pensive.
Before the witch from the last Pensive, Isadora, became a Hogwarts professor, she argued with Professor Rackham about using magic to remove pain.
Hopefully the next Pensive provides more context. For now, we should learn what Ranrock knows. I will be honest, I've no idea where to start.
Actually, I might know of someone. I saw Sirona at the Three Broomsticks speaking to a goblin once. They seemed friendly.
Well, it's worth a try. See what you can find out. Of course, don't forget...
My studies. Yes, sir.
Before you go,
Ok.
Professor?
have you encountered swirling traces of magic in the world? Aside from those along our path.
Not that I recall. What are they?
Evidence of the Keeper's efforts to manipulate the power of ancient magic during our time. If I am correct, and I usually am, you should be able to use them to inform and enhance your own magic.
Thank you, sir. I will look out for them.
Meet Charles Rockwood in the map chamber. Ah tá. Ah tá, pô, ah tá. Ah tá, pô. Ah tá, pô. Mudou a estação, foi? Está do outono. Tinha me esquecido que eu tinha um quarto. Está tudo
Revelio.
vazio. Percival Rackham's trial. Brio. Prove your magical abilities to access the next trial. Ixi. Eu vou pausar o vídeo aqui, pessoal. Aí eu vou fazer logo todas essas missões secundárias. Quando eu desbloquear. Caramba, quando eu desbloquear isso aqui, aí eu gravo o próximo vídeo, tá? Valeu. Até a próxima.